Are you a South African musician trying to figure out how to get royalties from live performances? Welcome to this episode where I plan on demystifying just that. Now, to be clear, when you perform a song that you have written or a beat that you've composed in public, you generate royalties from live performances. The tricky part is live performance venues have to be registered in order for you to get those royalties, but it is a good practice for you to send a notification of live performance when you perform live. SAMRO is the only CMO that I know that pays out for this kind of royalty, so I'm going to head over to my piece and show you step by step how to send a notification of performance. So the very first thing you want to do is head to the SAMRO portal, portal.samro.org.za, and then of course you have to be a member first. I'll leave a link in the description if you're not a member of SAMRO. So how to register, and then you sign in. Once you get your information to sign into the portal, you sign into the portal. Okay, once you've signed into the portal, on the left hand side, let me just scroll in a little there so you can see, yep, looking better, where it says my performances. This is where all the information for performances stay. So you go to my performances and then you see a drop down. So there's several things that you want to do. There's a local performance report, foreign reports. So local is when you're performing within South Africa. Foreign performances is when you're performing outside of South Africa, which may be important for people that are out the country. Submit live performances. This is actually where you submit your live performance. Live repertoire. This is what music you usually perform live. Now, not all songs are performed live, so they have a separate section for that. So we're going to start there. And set lists. These are a group of songs that you typically perform. This is particularly for people who are touring. They have a set amount of songs that they perform more or less all the time. So that's what the set lists are. So I'm going to go to live repertoire first, and then you most likely won't have anything here. And what you want to do is create repertoire item. So this is a song. So I know I've got a song currently that I perform a lot. Not Coming Home. It's called Not Coming Home. And then the title is the title of the song. Rights owner. This is your ID name. So you put in your ID name. And then if you have other people that own the rights. Now, this is not the people that perform. These are the people that have rights. So this may, if you're not a beat maker, this would be the beat maker that you put in here. This may be other people that featured on the song. Even if they did not perform at the time, they own some of the rights. So you'd put them in here. And then let me just put Joe Soap, for example, just so you can see. And then if there's more than one rights owner, you do this to separate multiple people. So Joe Soap and Joe Cake, something like that. And that's what you do. And then on right at the end, original performing artist, this is the AKA of the person. So the actual person's name, SkillMusicSA. I'm just going to remove this. I'm actually doing this in real life. And then where it says add another title, you click on add another title, and then you add another song. So I've got a new song also. I like chicken too. And then I'm gonna, fortunately I am the beat maker almost all the time. And then original performance artist, you put in your name over there. You can remove it by clicking on remove, but I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to add these two titles for now. Add titles. Repertoire. This is how you know you did everything correctly. Then you press OK. So we've created 2 live songs. Now you want to go to set lists. This is usually a grouping of the songs. So I like doing this, especially if I'm touring or if I've got a new album out that I know I'll be performing. You can add a set list. So I'm going to do that too, just to show you. Add a new set list. Set list name. You see it's got some awards. So usually I perform as the albums come out. So jumped on a plane and wrote this EP2. And then over here you have to add the title. So you add the titles that you just added. So that's why it's important that you create, first thing you do is create the live performances, and then you add the songs. You see I don't have my whole repertoire here that's registered with SAMRO, so you have to add the songs. And then right at the top where it says add selected titles to set list, that's what you do. successfully done. And then there's the set list at the bottom. When you selected one song, and then if you've made a mistake, you can delete it, delete the record, but I'm not going to delete it for now because I want to use the set list later. Now let's go to submitting the notification of performance. So you do the live repertoire first to add songs to your repertoire performances. You do a set list to add a grouping of songs that typically are performed together. Even if you do it once off, you want to group them together. Say what Irish pub performances, and then submit live performances. Then this is where you do the notification of live performances. So this is where the work actually starts. Performer name, enter the performance full name. So this is the ID name. Enter event, Cups, quarter final. And then performance, you put in the date. After next financial year. So it's just telling you when things are being processed. So you only get this money at the next year. And then the start time, you put in the time of the performance. And then the end time of the performance, you put that in there. Pretty simple so far. Is it a foreign performance? I'm going to leave it as a foreign performance, not a foreign performance for now. And then the city, you put in the city. So I'm going to say East London for now. This is just an example. I'm going to have to come back to do the actual one. Venue name. So you enter the venue name. I'm going to just say Vincent Park, I guess. Type of venue. That's the actual type of venue. So it's a shopping mall in this case, but make sure you choose the correct one. And if it's not on this list, I see pubs and bars. Shebeens would count as pubs and bars, by the way. Other performance, conference center. Yeah, you can. I'm just gonna put in what's actually here, and then other venue. That's if. So in the options, there's other right at the bottom. So if you have other, you have to tell what kind of venue it is. But in my case, it's a shopping mall. Organizer's name, I'm just gonna put myself for now. But if someone actually did organize the venue, you put them in there, and then you put in a number. And that's someone's cell phone number, and then their email. If you need to reach me, that is info@skillmusicsA.com. Yeah, and then that's the first step for the details. And then next step. Now this is where you need to prove it's a live performance. So an email confirmation from the event organizer, something that proves you actually performed there. So you go to wherever that is, and then you attach the proof. So if you have an email confirmation with the organizer's name in there, that's usually what they want. They just want some form of proof. Then you go next, and then there's several ways to add. So you can add the new title directly in here if it's not in the list, but I always suggest you go from the repertoire, and then you select the songs you performed. Add selected titles, and then those are the songs. Another way is add them by the set list. So this is that set list I created. Now this would save you time if, like, generally people don't like doing this kind of work. So that's why you do a set list, and then the set list fills in everything for you. And then new title, it's like how it was before. So you can do it this way, or you can do it within the live performance repertoire. And that's to add the titles. And then you press next. And then this is where you review everything, double check all the information is correct. And then once you're satisfied with everything, you go to the bottom left, click on confirm, and then you would hit submit. And then that is your notification of performance. And you usually get this in May, I think, in May of the next year, or the next year, depending on the financial year. I forgot how they work it out off the bat, but you most likely, no, you won't get this year, you'll get the following year. So it's not quick money. It usually takes a year and a bit, 2 years almost actually, to get the royalties from live performances. But yeah, that's basically it.